These are serious, extremely serious offenses that align more closely to those crimes of violence.
We're taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. and there is a vote today in Annapolis on a new juvenile crime bill. Coming up, we'll look at the new charges young offenders could face and the crimes where charges wouldn't be possible. And a stopgap bill to avoid a government shutdown is making its way to President Biden's desk. Just how much time the bill buys lawmakers to reach a long-term agreement. A major case involving Donald Trump that could impact the 2024 election goes before a judge today. The ruling the judge is expected to make in that classified documents case, that's all coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us. For Fox 45 News Midday, I'm Shannon Lilly. We are taking you live over Washington, D.C., where a stopgap bill to avert a partial government shutdown at midnight tonight is heading to President Biden's desk for his signature. Now, the Senate passed the bill late last night after the House okayed the bill earlier in the day. The new shutdown deadlines are now set for March 8th and March 22nd. The measure now heads to President Joe Biden to be signed into law. Topping local political news, it's going to be a busy day in Annapolis. The State House is back open for business after a threat forced a brief lockdown Thursday evening. Police swept the building and determined there was no credible threat. Today, lawmakers are back inside and juvenile crime legislation is back in the spotlight. As Olivia Dance shows us, the House is expected to vote on its version of the juvenile crime bills today.
That's right. Today, the House will vote on its version of the bill. And yesterday, the Senate moved forward with its version. Now, the Senate's plan expands the list of charges that kids between 10 and 12 years old can face, including gun crimes.
These are serious, extremely serious offenses that align more closely to those crimes of violence. And so this gives the system the option, the ability to have restricted or supervised detention. Not that it has to happen, not that it even will happen, but that it could happen for the safety of the child and for the safety of our community.
In the Senate, 12 amendments came out of committee led by Senator Will Smith, who you just heard from. Like the House's version, the Senate's plan calls for reports to be filed by police with the Department of Juvenile Services anytime a juvenile is arrested. The plan makes changes to the intake process, extends probation for certain offenses, and as I mentioned, expands the list of charges that kids between 10 to 12 can face. But this version requires the child in need of supervision or SINS petition to be filed whenever a kid between 10 and 12 is caught stealing a car. In the House version, kids that young accused of stealing a car would automatically be taken to a diversionary program after the first offense instead of going to DJS. We spoke with Republican Senator Johnny Ray Salling, and he argues there needs to be more included in the plan to actually
The program allows a BPD officer to give drivers repair vouchers instead of tickets for things like broken taillights. Trending number 2, students in Baltimore County are celebrating their newly renovated school. There was a ribbon cutting ceremony Thursday outside of Red House Run Elementary School. The school just underwent a $66 million renovation that expands student capacity and nearly doubles the school's square footage. Trending number 3, the Maryland Food Bank, Purdue Farms, and Feeding America are working together to donate 80,000 pounds of frozen chicken breasts to Marylanders in need. The groups held a Leap Day distribution event in Baltimore City. According to data from Feeding America, 1 in 3 Marylanders are food insecure. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news and weather anytime. Just search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, a bizarre case in New York City. A man managed to live rent-free for 5 years in a Manhattan hotel. Coming up, how he did it and how he finally got caught. But first, Elon Musk is suing after a nonprofit criticized X for spreading hate speech. Coming up, why a judge appears ready to toss the case. But first, we are following that developing story out of Texas. The largest wildfire in state history continues to burn. Just how large it is now.
And I am tracking our next weather maker. The day starts off really nice with some sun and clouds through the afternoon, highs in the low 50s. But by tonight, I am tracking rain. I'll let you know exactly what this rain means for all your weekend plans in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
It's 11:11 and time now to take a look at your social stream. Major wildfires continue to ravage the Texas Panhandle. The Smokehouse Creek fire is the largest of several fires burning in the Panhandle. The U.S. Forest Service agency says the fire has burned more than 1,600 square miles of land. Right now, it's just 3% contained. This person says, and the speed of its spread was amazing in a bad way. And then, of course, lots of people offering their thoughts and prayers online as well. A federal judge appears to be leaning towards tossing out a lawsuit Elon Musk filed against researchers studying hate speech on his website. Musk's company is suing the nonprofit watchdog group, the Center for Countering Digital Hate, after the group published research criticizing X, formerly known as Twitter, for its handling of pro-Nazi and other hate content. In court, the judge said the case failed to show damages. Now, we have some people who think different things online. This user says Twitter has become an ultra-political platform where a majority of posts permeate hatred and division. I joined right before Musk took over, and it's a lot more volatile now. But that was the point. It's not about free speech. We already have that, been having that. It is hate speech. This person, though, Joe, says just the opposite. He says, personally, I feel X is much more enjoyable under Musk, and I have not witnessed any attacks on my comments or others. There were so many bots and negative people under the previous leadership. As a matter of fact, nobody even responds to my posts under Musk. One-time weight loss queen Oprah Winfrey is leaving the board of Weight Watchers. She is stepping down in May. The announcement comes less than 3 months after Winfrey revealed she is taking a weight loss medication. This user says the level of deceit, though, unrealistic expectations of body image mostly sustained via drugs and surgeries. Why not just tell people the way it is so they can make well-informed decisions? 2024 officially is the year of truth. You could try to say otherwise if you want to. Still ahead, a college swimmer wins his meet and then celebrates with his teammates. Why that celebration ultimately led to his medal being stripped from him. And a warning for those 65 and older when doctors say you'll need to get a new COVID booster. That's all coming up. It's 11:13. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. We are back giving you a live look over Towson. Things are dry now. It's shaping up to be a pretty day, but we are tracking a new round of rain. Coming up, we'll check in with meteorologist Amy Aronson to see when the showers will move in and just how long they're going to last. And a live look over the Inner Harbor, where you'll have a special opportunity this weekend. The Peruvian tall ship BAP Union is one of few tall ships still sailing the globe, and it will arrive in Baltimore tomorrow. The ship will be docked at the Baltimore Waterfront Promenade Saturday through Tuesday, and our very own Mark Clark will be there Tuesday morning, giving us a special behind-the-scenes look at the event that is so Baltimore. Happening today, the judge overseeing the classified documents case against former President Trump is expected to set a trial date. The trial was originally set for May 20th, but the judge has already postponed multiple dates in the case. Trump is facing 40 felony counts in Florida, where he's accused of willfully retaining classified documents after he left the White House. Also today, a Georgia judge is expected to hear arguments on whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be removed from Trump's case. Trump's lawyers and other defendants argue Willis and a special prosecutor had a romantic relationship, and both should be removed from the case for conflict of interest. Willis and Wade acknowledge the relationship, but say it had no bearing on the case. The funeral for Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny happened today. Navalny's family and supporters gathered at a church in Moscow to celebrate his life. Navalny, who was a vocal critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, died in a Russian prison last month. Making headlines, the CDC says people 65 and older should get a second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine this spring. Health officials say this age group is still at higher risk for severe disease from the virus. So far, only about 42% of those 65 and older have gotten a dose of the updated vaccine. Coming up on the Fox 45 News at 4, another vote in the State House on the new juvenile justice bill. We are following the latest on the plan that could change how we hold juvenile offenders accountable. Then at 5, housing expansion policy in Annapolis could mean big changes for Baltimore County's redevelopment plans. How the new legislation could impact a months-long fight over mixed-use housing. And at 6, how are the organizations getting ARPA funds being held accountable? Digging into the city's use of funds after an IG report showed one nonprofit misused tax money. All right, it is time now for today's talking point. A dramatic turn of events at the ACC Swimming and Diving Championships. The winner, Owen Lloyd, was stripped of his medal after celebrating his win with a teammate. Lloyd leaped over the barrier to celebrate and inadvertently entered his teammate's lane. That's in violation of NCAA rule. Officials cited interference, disqualifying Lloyd. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. This is heartbreaking for him, Mark.
Yeah, it is, and I'm going to say, sadly, I'm old school, so it's like, you know how the rules are. Sometimes they suck, but it is kind of a rule.
Rules.
And I think, you know, I understand. I mean, it is heartbreaking, you know.
Yeah.
But again, the old school way was, what happened?
You break
Is
the
there
rules.
a break the rule?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. It's to come that far. That's devastating for him. I can only imagine what he's feeling right now.
But that's the other part is, did he know the rule? If he knew the rule, then it's almost like you can't let your emotions
Why did he even
take you.
risk it?
Yeah, you can't risk it.
Yeah, but I feel like if it happened right when he won, so it's just, you know, a moment of pure joy that he probably wasn't even thinking.
And even his teammate obviously was granted the win, but he said he didn't want it. He's going to give him the medal. It's ridiculous. He said it was a stupid rule. And this is the guy who actually won. So, you know, he basically felt for his teammate.
He didn't even want, because he probably wanted to actually win it, not because of a disqualification.
Yeah.
So,
I was looking at it. It looks like they even have tattoos, team tattoos on there. So they're serious about it. So,
yeah, I'm sure it takes a lot of work to get where they are. So tough. You hate to see it.
Man.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks.
All right, we need to get over to meteorologist Amy Aronson, who has our wild and wonderful weather. Amy?
Yeah, we're kicking off meteorological spring here, but for our neighbors to the north, they're kicking off meteorological spring with this, lots and lots of snow. This is upstate New York. They've had 9 inches in only 3 hours. Pretty incredible stuff to see all the white stuff there. I've got some more images of the snow. This location measured 7 inches. That's near Syracuse on their snow deck there. And then here's another look at the lake effect snow underway in Syracuse. And they're not the only place across the country dealing with snow. If you check out what's happening out west, see all the bright pinks and purples and even oranges. Yeah, they're actually seeing a winter storm get underway. They're expected to drop a ton of snow as we head into the weekend. Now, for us here in the East Coast, things look much more quiet, especially locally. We're not tracking any snow, and it looks like snow showers have officially come to an end in upstate New York, too. So good news for them heading into the weekend. We've actually got sunshine. Looking down at the Inner Harbor, looks pretty as we head into the afternoon. Mid-40s to start things off. Mid-50s is where we're headed today. We are tracking rain, though, as we get into the weekend. Not going to last all weekend, so that's the good news. We are actually drying out for the second half of it on Sunday, and then we are looking at mild spring-like temperatures ahead of us both days. Tracking your temperatures plus your rain chances. We are seeing showers rush in from the west here as we head through the second half here Friday. I think they hold off until late, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. We do get steady rain overnight tonight. It will all be rain with temperatures holding in the low 40s. We'll also start your Saturday morning off with some rain, so kind of soggy to get things started. I think the rain wraps up by the end of the morning heading into midday. After that, we'll dry out. So I'd say outdoor plans hold off until later, after lunchtime tomorrow. At that point, temperatures end up in low 50s too. Sunday, even better for outdoor plans. Not only are we drier, temperatures will be much warmer. We should wrap up the weekend with highs in the mid and upper 60s. Quick wrap up of your weekend forecast shows showers, especially early Saturday. After that, we're dry and we're warmer for your Sunday, and the temperatures just keep warming. The upper 60s are back both Monday and Tuesday. Quick look at that temperature warm-up coming in your 10-day forecast. First week of March is going to feel like it. We've got a long stretch of the 60s that take us through week's end. Shannon?
Amy, thanks. Still ahead, spring comes early at the Maryland Zoo. The new longer hours the zoo is debuting as the weather starts to warm up. And 2 chances to win big this weekend. We will look at the growing jackpots for the Powerball and Mega Millions drawings. A big night for wrestling fans. At 8, it's the WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Then it's Fox 45 News at 10, followed by the late edition at 11. It's 11:23. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Don't miss this. Lottery fever is growing as the jackpots keep on growing. The jackpot for tonight's Mega Millions is estimated at $607 million, and tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is now estimated at $443 million. Wheel of Fortune fans, listen up. Wheel of Fortune Live is coming to the theater at MGM National Harbor this weekend. Now, the game show has been adapted into a stage show. Guests are randomly selected to go on stage and experience what it's like to have stepped onto the game show floor itself. And don't forget, you can watch Wheel of Fortune weeknights at 7:30 right here on Fox 45. You can add a furry friend to your home with no adoption fee this weekend at Barks. The shelter is waiving adoption fees today, tomorrow, and Sunday. The shelter says Patient First is sponsoring all adoptions, meaning fees are waived for those adopting. Well, March is officially here, and that means spring is just 18 days away, and the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore is celebrating with the end of winter hours. Starting today, the zoo will return to regular operating hours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 7 days a week. And it is time now for your lunch break. IHOP is going green. The chain's latest pancake of the month is in honor of Girl Scouts cookie season. Girl Scout Thin Mint pancakes are available during March. That sounds really good. And IHOP's Pancake of the Month program kicked off in February. That's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Have a great day.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Happy Friday. What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with model coach Jeannie Ferguson Goodlow and meteorologist Amy Aronson. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Happy Friday.
Now, more travelers are abandoning the thrill-filled vacation for a little R&R. A new survey finds 21% of travelers say rest and relaxation is the purpose for their getaway. The survey shows a shift from having tightly scheduled activities to a day with no plans. Now, do you like to make plans, or do you like to just relax? Let's start with you, Jeannie. I mean, all the modeling, coaching, and all the modeling. Do you like to get away and chill, or do you like to? Are you make plans?
Oh no, I don't make any plans.
Okay.
Let's go. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. Nothing.
I'm with you. Now, I'm curious, Amy. You seem like you might be a busybody.
Yeah, you know me. I'm
Oh,
a planner.
wow.
I'm an itinerary girl.
Yeah, oh, no,
I
not
love
the
a good
itinerary. On vacation?
Yeah. My family's running joke is that I always give us free time. We never get free time.
Wow. So
I
you're
love an
that.
itinerary.
Remind me to never vacation with you.
Right.
Now, Lady T, I don't know. You're interesting. I figure you might be 50-50.
No, I know. I agree with you, actually. I do rest and relax. There's a wine called Rest and Relax, so I do like that. But in regards to resting and relaxing, I relax. But if you invite me to somewhere that has food, like I go. It just depends.
You do be fine in the cool
You know what I
restaurants.
mean?
Now,
Like,
Lady
if
T,
there's an event with
Yes.
like, I don't know, I go. But
All right.
you gotta lure me in with wine and like hors d'oeuvres and stuff.
Come on.
Yeah,
Okay, I
like
got
you have to
Like
do that.
Okay.
Like, and,
Okay,
yeah.
well, we want you to tell. We want you to tell it. When you take vacation, do you like to do things or would you like to relax? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. Right now, when you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody's talking about, okay? Now, we all know New York City's rent prices are among the highest in the country.
Oh, my.
Well, one guy figured out a way to live in New York City in a New York City hotel rent-free for 5 years.
What?
He found an obscure loophole that requires buildings offer 6-month leases. The hotel refused and the guy took them to court and won when the hotel's attorney failed to show up. He managed to live in the hotel room for 5 years until he pushed his luck too far and tried to charge another tenant's rent. Claiming
that's
he
what
owned the hotel.
He told himself. That's where he
that was
messed up.
The same thing that made him great made him
He lost in the end.
What do you think, Jay? What do you think about this?
This a New York
That
one right
has got
here.
to be the dumbest thing ever. Sir,
Wow.
you were supposed to.
He went too far.
Way too far.
But he came so far to go so far.
and
Yeah.
he just went 20 steps back.
Yeah.
Lady T, what's your...
What are my thoughts?
Yes.
That he's an idiot. I just feel like
Wow,
he told
an
on
idiot.
himself.
Now-
Yeah, but 5 years is a good amount
on
of
now,
time.
all fairness.
5 years. I mean, he held on strong. That's not like the longest lie
on.
I've ever heard
Especially
of.
in New York City.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
besides
meteorologist
being
kind of
engaged
thing.
for 5 years, that is the longest lie.
That's a
that
smart...
I have heard.
The meteorologist smart person seems like you
I
probably
mean,
could
it's
have
smart,
figured.
yeah, but he should have just laid low, you know,
should've
under
kept
the
it
radar
quiet.
and kept it quiet. He could
Oh,
be
well.
there still.
He
Still
could
to
have
this day.
and that's my point. He could have still been there. And, like, I feel like he messed
So
it up
close.
for all of us. I would have moved in and helped.
Now, it's March 1st, and you know what that means. We're just 18 days away from spring. We say goodbye to winter and hello to spring March 19th, and we have to wait even less time until we change the clocks back. Daylight saving time starts next Sunday, meaning we'll get an extra hour of sunlight every day. Are you ready for longer days? Now, Amy, help me with you guys say it's
Yeah, you gotta explain this one, girl.
meteorological spring today.
Today.
Come
And guess what?
on.
By the end of March, our sun sets at 7:30 p.m.
Ooh, okay,
That
thank
is
God.
exciting, right?
Yeah, that's
See?
great.
See?
Yeah.
It's good. I don't
have
like
the
my
meteorologist
headlights
right.
being on for long periods of time. Yeah,
Pardon
so
me?
that's good.
Okay, so Jenny, what do you think about this? Are you a fan? Do you like it when we spring forward or fall back?
I like when we spring forward.
Okay.
Just spring ahead. I don't want to.
Yeah, I like to spring forward, too.
I can't take the dark at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like old dark in the morning.
Okay.
And I can't.
Old dog
Okay.
30.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Lady T, what are you?
Well, the
You seem
freaks
like you're a
come out at
fallback
night,
girl.
so I really like it when it's nighttime.
wow.
And, you know,
What?
it's too much truth in the light, so I try to do the dark. No, I hate having to turn my headlights on when I'm driving home. Like, I can't do, because like, don't you hate when you're on the road and it goes from like light to dark suddenly?
Yeah.
And everybody's like flashing you to turn on. You're like, no, I didn't even adjust yet. No, I can't turn my headlights on yet. Like,
I keep
you
mine.
hate that?
I'm officially somebody's dad because I keep mine on auto now. I don't even.
Oh, you put it on. Oh no, I
All
have a,
times.
I have an old car, so we don't have.
Oh, don't get it
Auto
twisted.
wasn't an option. I don't
Yeah.
even
No,
think.
my car is-
I was lucky I got the
I
backup
have an American
mirror.
car
Like I
with
got
features. I have an American car. It's a terrible car, but it does have features.
It doesn't have
It's like a coffee can with features.
basically, you got the basic package.
That's right, the basic package.
Not the luxury
The
edition.
seats are made out of wood and kernels, corn kernels.
And corn kernels.
Okay, so
It's
we're gonna see.
corn. Okay.
We're gonna see y'all later in the show.
Yes.
It's still ahead of popular skincare treatment you once had to go to the salon for. Now you can do it at home. We'll show you how it works and honoring our loved ones in a way that feels personal. Coming up, how a local funeral home is helping families heal. It's Friday. Be More Lifestyle. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Microdermabrasion is a popular way to improve skin tone and texture. Unfortunately, those benefits can come at a high cost. Gina Gannon from America's Steals and Deals is here with a money-saving deal on a home solution.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
Let me tell you about the most fabulous at-home microdermabrasion device that you can find out there. This is from Dr. Lancer, dermatologist to the stars. He's been in the business for 40 years. This is going to be a way to help make your skin more youthful, get all those dead skin cells off. It's amazing. Let me show you how to use it. I love this. So it's going to come with 2 different diamond tips here. That diamond tip is helping with all of the exfoliation. The smaller head is for your face and your neck. But then if you want to use the bigger tip here, that's going to be for your body. So it's really going to help with exfoliation. Then as you're using it, I actually would go in upward pattern and you're going to hear this suction. Well, that's a vacuum suction. Now, when you're done using this, it's going to come with additional filters. You get 200 treatments with this. So you could do what Dr. Lancer does to all his celebrity clients in the comfort of your own home. It's going to leave your skin more radiant. Your makeup's going to stay on better. Your skincare will be able to seep and penetrate in. You're going to find this is the ultimate if you're just trying to age-defy your skin and really make it be the best it can. But I love that you are doing something that is not only good for your skin, but it's going to make it look really good as well. Microdermabrasion is sought after. Everyone tries to do it. And this is the same device that Dr. Lancer uses at his Beverly Hills office. You can do it at your own house. And it's available today at 51% off. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Shimunek Funeral Homes.
There are many ways to honor your deceased relatives, and it's important to have funeral arrangements that are right for you and your loved ones. With us today is John Evans, General Manager of Shimunek Funeral Home. John, you joined us a few weeks ago, and you're here today to talk about Shimunek Funeral Home's cremation memorialization. Why is it important for people to understand that?
Well, cremation memorialization is just a manner that we're going to celebrate someone's life when cremation is chosen rather than a burial. Cremation is not the event. The event is that time of gathering, and it's important to have for people to get together.
I love it. And so what should people have in mind when planning this?
Really, they just need to know that their choices are limitless. There can be a traditional type of service, or it can be more of a gathering with food and drink.
You know, I chose cremation for my mother, John. Now, you know, most people probably assume cremation service must be held after the cremation occurs. Is that true?
No, not necessarily. As I was saying, some people choose to have the cremation after a traditional service where there might be a viewing, a service either at our funeral home or their place of worship. And then rather going to the cemetery, we would take the deceased to our company-owned off-site crematory. In other cases, people want to do the cremation first and then follow it up with a gathering. But it's important that they have that gathering because we need that time to bring people together, to share, family and friends, to laugh and cry and tell stories.
I know people, you know, take an urn home after cremation, but it's also possible to purchase the cemetery space for the urn, right?
Correct. Yes. Our Dignity Memorial cemeteries have offerings such as ground burial, upright niches, columbariums, benches where the ashes can be placed. It's important to have a permanent placement, I think. Everyone is well-intentioned when they take the urn home, but time marches on and we have our own life circumstances and those ashes become the responsibility of someone else.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Sadly, I really do.
Yes.
So for those who are interested in the possibility to pre-plan for cremation, just like funerals and traditional burials, can they do that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Contact us at one of our locations at Perry Hall at 410-256-3600 or in Bel Air, 638-5360. And one of our team that helps families in advance will help them with all these decisions. We plan everything in life. The birth of a child, graduations, retirement. Why wouldn't we plan for this?
John, thanks for making this very challenging conversation very comfortable. Thanks again, okay?
Thank you, Mark.
Still ahead, we're talking heart health. Coming up, the advances the medical field is celebrating. But first, it's time to strut your stuff. We'll show you how to get a runway-ready walk. Devour the runway. Coming up next.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, lifestylers. All right, do you have what it takes to work the catwalk or a runway? Well, it's time to strut your stuff. And we have the best of the best here to tell us how. Model coach extraordinaire Jeannie Ferguson-Goodlow joins me now. Welcome to the show, Jeannie.
Hello, honey. How are you?
I am so good. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, now you got to tell us, how long have you been in the fashion industry, the modeling industry, and who are some big names that you've modeled for?
So, I've been in the model industry for about 25 years.
Okay.
I've been in fashion, I won't say how long, but it's a little longer than that, you know.
Okay.
Some of the big names I've actually worked with, one of my major campaigns was with Ashley Stewart.
Ooh, okay.
At 5'3".
At
So
5'3".
yes.
So you were a petite model, correct?
Yes, there was no such thing as a petite plus model during that time. There was
okay.
no such thing.
And you know, you've really paved the way for, you know, like a lot of people, a lot of things. What really goes into having a good runway walk? What is it? What's the secret?
Yeah, well, the secret is you have to have at least some sort of poise and grace. I don't always have that. Let me just say that.
Okay.
You know.
Poise and grace.
Right. Your posture.
Okay.
Is really
Posture's a
good.
big deal.
Posing.
Okay.
Making sure you have a great pose, the entrance pose when you get to the runway.
Okay.
You know, sucking it in, holding it tight.
Holding it
and
tight.
then walking.
And then walking. Okay. So she's going to demonstrate a little for us right now, okay? Because, you know, this is the extraordinaire here. I can't not have y'all see the $1 million walk, correct? Okay, so let me step to the side, and then you're going to teach me step by step what we need to be doing, okay? Okay. So hit me with a runway walk. What does it look like? You start?
I hit my pose,
okay.
right? When I come out. So now it's time for me to walk.
Okay.
And it is just a walk.
Okay.
Ladies, and then you can pose however you like. And then your turn to go back. And that is it.
Okay, and it's like you kind of like love the camera. Like you focus directly at the camera, you do all that. Okay,
well,
now
the audience is my camera.
The audience is the camera. Okay, teach me. What do I do?
So now, let's pose.
Okay,
let's
so
get
we
into
pose.
a
Look at
simple
me.
T-stand.
This is my favorite,
Well,
this is my favorite part.
Yes. Let's get into a simple T-stand, right?
Okay,
And then we're going to walk. You ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Okay.
Take a strut.
Strutting, okay. I kind of veered off to the right a little.
That's okay.
Okay.
Now let's go back.
Okay. And we turn, and we just,
look at you.
Oh, I know. I actually did it. I felt like a model just now.
And you look like one, too.
Thank you. Okay, so you have some runway events coming up, right? Tell me about that.
I do. So, March 9th, I teach a runway class with the visually impaired. March 17th, I have a private class with a few young ladies who are looking to, you know, boost their career.
Okay.
And then I have a tea party with runway parties, which is something that my sister and I do.
Oh, I love a good tea party.
Yes.
You know, the tea queen. I love a good tea party.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
April 27th with
April
runway
27th.
parties. Yes. Tasha, hello, Tasha, that's my sister and my partner. But yes.
Okay, now how can people reach out to you or follow you and keep up with you and your events and all that you do? And how do they get model coaching from you? Where do they contact you?
You can contact me on Instagram.
Okay.
Plus Mod Jeannie F. PlusModJeannie.
Yep.
F is that's right. Or my email address. You can find me. I'm Jeannie Ferguson. Jeannie Ferguson Goodlow as of right now.
Hey, okay, and it's a must, so you've got to take the class. It teaches you a lot about posing, faces, everything.
And I teach you how to get into the industry as well.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, paving the way. Thank you so much, Jeannie.
Thank you for having me.
You're so awesome! I love it. All right, time now for your best weather in America with meteorologist Amy Aronson. Hey, Amy girl.
Hey, yeah, we're not going to head too far from here. We're going to go a little south to D.C., where they are now predicting when we're going to see the peak blooms for the cherry blossoms. March 23rd to the 26th is when that's going to happen. Here's a look at the current scene. We've got a ways to go until we see the pretty flowers appear on the trees in D.C. and locally, too. You can actually see some cherry blossoms around here if you don't want to make the trek south. We are kicking off meteorological spring today. Exciting stuff. Within the next 3 months, our temperatures will climb. Our average highs will climb from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s. And this is because we're increasing daylight. We're seeing longer days ahead of us. Today, for example, we end up with 11 hours and 21 minutes of daylight. By April 1st, over 12 hours of it. By May 1st, over 13 hours of daylight. Sunsets are also going to be getting later. By the end of the month, we see sunset close to 7:30 p.m. Today's actually our final sunset before 6 o'clock. Starting tomorrow, we'll see sunset at 6 p.m. So that's pretty nice stuff. We're at 45 degrees right now. We make a run for the mid-50s today. I am tracking rain for the start of the weekend, but we're not rainy all weekend long. Drier by Sunday and mild both days, too. Let's talk about the timing of the rain. It's rushing in tonight. Late tonight, I think between 9, 10 o'clock, we see the showers take over from the west. They increase in coverage overnight. That's when we see the steadiest rain. We'll start your Saturday off with some lingering showers, but I think rain should wrap up by midday. After that, drier for the second half of your Saturday with highs in the low to mid 50s at that point. Sunday, even better. Sunday, the best day for outdoor plans. A little cool in the morning, 40s to start, but look at where we'll end the day. Low to mid 60s. It's going to feel like spring by the end of the weekend. We've got a little bit of everything this weekend. Today looks pretty nice. We're in the mid 50s. Rain moves in tonight through Saturday, wraps up by the afternoon. Sunday, definitely the pick of the weekend with highs in the mid 60s at that point. And if you don't have a chance to get outside and enjoy the fresh air Sunday, you've got a chance Monday and Tuesday too. We'll be in the mid and upper 60s through early next week. Now, we are tracking a new weather maker next week, too. Temperatures look like they'll stay well into the 60s for the first full week of March, but I would plan on some more spring-like showers Wednesday into next Thursday.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by American Heart Association.
Heart health advancements have come a long way in the past 100 years, yet it has been the #1 killer in the U.S. for more than a century. However, more than half of Americans still don't know that heart disease is a leading cause of death in the country. We're joined by Dr. Joseph Wu of the American Heart Association. So, Doc, talk to us about AHA historical milestones and with a focus on the work still to be done in the second century ahead.
Yeah, so thank you, Mark. So we're very excited about this year. This year marks our 100th anniversary of the AHA. AHA was founded back in 1924 by 6 cardiologists, and today has grown into more than 35 million volunteers and more than 2,900 employees working for the American Heart Association. Our mission is really to advance cardiovascular medicine and cardiovascular science so that we can treat, diagnose, and manage our patients better, so that more patients are receiving better care and to prevent them from developing heart disease and stroke.
So, Doc, tell us more about the American Heart Association and the Bold Hearts Centennial Celebration.
Yeah, so this celebration would take place in Chicago at the very same hotel that the association was founded. And throughout this whole year, we will have many events to essentially highlight and celebrate what we've accomplished over the past 100 years.
And what are some important accomplishments of the past 100 years? You mentioned it.
For example, for over the past 100 years, we've reduced the risk of developing heart disease by about 50%. And just give you some statistics. Back in the 1950s, if you showed up in the hospital with a heart attack, the chance of dying is 1 out of 2. Essentially, 50% you're not going to make it out of the hospital. Today, the chance of dying from a heart attack is about 1 out of 9, 1 out of 8. And that means there has been tremendous advances in cardiovascular medicine that we in the field have done. And I'll just highlight, for example, we have better coronary stents. We have better pacemakers. The surgeons have better valve surgery, bypass surgery. We have better medications that can be used to treat heart failure, to treat cardiac arrhythmia, to treat high blood pressure, to treat high glucose, and to treat high cholesterol. So these are many advances that we've made to translate into this dramatic changes.
And lastly, where can our viewers go for more information?
We have a treasure trove of information on our website. It's www.heart.org. It's HEART.org.
Great. Well, have a great one, Doctor. Great information. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Take care. Still ahead, when you go on vacation, do you like to get out and try new things, or are you more of a lay on the beach and relax type of person? I know I am. We'll find out the new trend that's emerging and see what you're saying about it. Stick around. Now, more travelers are abandoning the thrill-filled vacation for a little R&R. A new study finds 21% of travelers say rest and relaxation is the purpose for their getaway. The survey shows a shift from having tightly scheduled activities to a day with no plans. Do you like to make plans or you just like to relax? Well, we wanted you to tell it. When you take your vacation, do you like to do things or would you like to relax? The majority say they want to do a mix of both. Okay. Great show lined up for Monday. Getting a 3-day weekend may be more difficult if you're hoping to call in sick on Monday. Coming up, the new rules some doctors' offices are imposing before handing out sick notes.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you Monday. Have a great one and enjoy the CIAA if you're in town visiting. Welcome